Hi, and welcome to this primary maths session where we are going to build on the work that we did in the previous video where we looked at introducing fractions. We are going to now look at how we add fractions. Now, a great way to practice doing this is using a piece of paper cut up into fractions. So we're going to use some paper today to demonstrate our adding of fractions, and then I'll show you how you can do it without the paper. There is a set of worksheets that accompanies this video. So I thoroughly encourage you to have a go, and there's a lot of colouring in to be done as well on that worksheet, so that's a bit of fun as well. So we're going to start off easy. I've taken my piece of paper and I have split it into halves. So hopefully we can see that was once a whole piece of paper. I have now divided it into two halves, which means if I have one half and I add another half, I get two halves, 1, 2, which is the same as a whole because it is my whole piece of paper. So hopefully that makes sense. It's like hide and seek. 1 half plus another half gives me 2 halves. We can do this with other fractions. So here I have split my paper into thirds. 1, 2, 3, 3 thirds, which means if I have 1/3 and I add a second third, I now have 2/3. If I add another third to 2/3, I will get 3/3, and 3/3, 1, 2, 3, is the same as my whole. Excellent stuff. Okay, let's make it a bit harder. A bit harder. So here I have split my paper into quarters. I've tried to reassemble the paper afterwards. It doesn't perfectly line up, but we've split our paper into quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So I could say if I have 1/4 plus another quarter, I have 2/4. Now 2/4 is the same as my half. Can you see that? 2/4 is exactly the same as my half. We're throwing in some equivalent fractions as well. So I now have 2/4. If I have 2/4 and I add another quarter, I now have 3/4. 1, 2, 3. And if I have 3/4 plus another quarter, that makes 4/4, which is the same as my whole. You can have a go at this at home. You can split your piece of paper up into some fractions and have a go at adding. Now, eighths. Look at that. I've split my paper into eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so I can use these eighths to practice my adding. So let's start off with, this is where it looks a bit more complicated, but it's not so bad. So I might start off with 3/8. 1, 2, 3. And if I add 1, 2, so I've got 3/8 and I've added 2/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. I've now got 5/8. I could add some more, so I've got 5/8 and I could add another 2/8. What do you think the answer is going to be? Have a guess. 5/8. I'm going to add another 2/8. And that's going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/8. And so this is how we add fractions. Now, if we didn't want to write this out every time by cutting up a piece of paper, we can write it out using some smart sums. So we can say, like that sum we just did, we could have 5/8 plus 2/8 makes 7/8, which is exactly what we just did. We had our 5/8, we added our extra 2, and we had 7 in total. Can you see that all we've done is added the top numbers of the fraction? Now, the top numbers of the fraction have got a special name in maths. It's called the numerator. Say it with me, numerator. So we add the numerators, the top numbers of our fractions. And we can write out some of the other sums we've done. We did 1/3 plus 1/3 makes 2/3. Excellent. Very well done. Did you get it right? I bet you did. We add the numbers on the top of the fraction. Let's have a go at another one that we had a practice of. So we had 1/4 plus 1/4. What was that equal to? Do you remember? If I have one of my quarters and I add another one, I've got 2/4. Excellent stuff. 2/4. Perfect. And if I have 2/4 and I add another quarter, how many quarters am I going to have? You're right, I'm going to have 3/4. Fab stuff, well done. And so we can now have a go at ones that we didn't do on our paper. So we might have 3/5 plus 1/5. How many fifths would I have in total? Well, I had 3 and I'm adding an extra one, so I'm going to have, 4/5. Fab, well done. Let's have a go at one more. If I have 6/10 and I add on 3/10, what would I make? How many tenths would I have? I've got 6. I'm adding on 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have, 9/10. Perfect. And now we know how to add fractions. So go off and have a practice yourself. Lots of colouring in, have a go at the adding fractions worksheet. And if you master that, then in the next video, we're going to look at adding fractions where the bottom of the fraction is different. Ooh, exciting stuff. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.